What if Isagi went to prison? This is an all-girls school, and they recently just allowed boys to enter, and only 5 boys have enrolled. Gakuto, Shigo, Isagi, Joe, and Andre. And these guys are really disappointed because they weren't able to talk to any girls here. Our boy Isagi is in class doing his work, like the model student he is, but he drops his eraser. He goes to pick it up and the girl notices they have the same eraser, making the girl think that they both like sumo. In reality, his mom just picked it out for him, and he does not care anything about sumo. But since the girl likes sumo, he fakes it till he makes it, saying he loves sumo. They talk for hours about how they love sumo, and our boy does not care about any of that. He is actually bored about talking about it, and has just been repeating things he heard his mom say about it. But hey, it works, because the girl now wants to go see sumo with him. Back in their room, the boys talk about how they want to peep on the girls, but Isagi is totally against this. But his friends want to see some. He soon agrees, but not for the reasons you think. He isn't a peeping Tom like the rest of his friends. Well, wait, actually he is. But that's not the reason why he's going. He's going because the girl from earlier that he was talking with is going to be showering there, and he doesn't want them to see her. They get there and they start using their phones to try and see stuff, and Isagi is begging them to give it a rest, until he sees the girl walking in a different direction, which means the boys won't be able to see her, and he finally agrees to peep. He lowers her phone into the window, and his friends tell him that it's his phone, so don't drop it. He was surprised that they were using his phone that he lets go of the cord, making his phone drop right into the girls' washroom. Isagi goes down to get the phone and retrieve it before anyone sees him, and luckily he finds it in time. But the girl from earlier finds him. Good thing she wears contacts because she can't tell that it's him, and just thinks that it's another girl. She starts to undress and then asks him if he's gonna undress too. And since he doesn't want to get found out, he starts to undress, which his friends do not want to see. His friends get jealous of him because he's showering with a bunch of girls, and they want to shower with them too. They're planning to go in there as well, until a bunch of ravens come out of nowhere and start attacking them. The boy is peacefully showering with the girl, until the girl's real friend appears, which makes his heart drop. Meanwhile on the roof, they're still getting attacked by the ravens, until 2 girls walk in. Isagi is about to get found out, but just in time a girl comes in saying they caught the peepers, giving Isagi enough time to hide. His friends are tied to poles, and are completely naked in front of the whole entire school. Isagi is hiding, wondering who these 2 girls are, until a black-haired girl appears behind him, saying that's the student council, then gives him a pamphlet, showing him all the members of the student council. Isagi wonders who runs the student council, and the girl says she's right here. Wait a second.
She's you!
No shit, Isagi. The student council president drags him by his hair, and makes him join his other friends. And this is all of the student council, and they say they will be punished for peeping. The next day, the boys are in prison clothes, and as a punishment, they must go to prison at school. Wait, say that again? The boys must eat and live here from now on. And Gakuto finds this really unfair, but the vice president just hits him. Outside, Gakuto asks what they're doing, but the vice president just hits him again for some reason, and then steps on him, saying they have to build a fence. Later, Shingo is getting beat because he was tired, and Isagi wants to step in and help, but Andre stops him, saying it's not worth it. Soon, she starts beating up everyone, and Andre gets in the way, making the vice president spit on him. Joe thanks Andre for helping him, and Andre says his body can take more hits, and he starts licking the spit. Ugh. The vice president then says, "Lick my boot," and Andre is actually about to do it, until Isagi steps in and says that's enough. The vice president backs off for now, and it's now time for lunch. Isagi is glad they stopped beating them, saying it was cruel, and Andre responds with,
Hey bro, fuck you.
which shocks Isagi, and everyone says the same thing. And Isagi is even more surprised, because he just saved them from getting beat to death. But they don't care because they actually liked the beating. Yeah bro, they deserve to be in here. Student council president soon realized that they started to like the beatings, and decides to send out Hannah. And I will say right now, she is insane. The vice president introduces Hannah, and Hannah seems like a really nice girl. All the boys already like her more than the vice president. And Hannah wants them to find 4-leaf clovers, but the boys get distracted watching girls run track, until Hannah comes out of nowhere and bashes their skulls in. They soon find enough 4-leaf clovers, but there's actually one 3-leaf clover. This makes Hannah snap and she beats up all of them, but this time they don't like it, because she's just straight up crazy. And even worse, they can't look up her jean shorts. Yeah, okay, buddy. Now they have to find all the lost 4-leaf clovers. But while looking, Isagi finds a baby raven, and decides to return it to its nest. While returning it, Isagi is met with the sumo girl. And now the sumo girl is happy because she thinks he's not a bad person since he just saved a baby raven. But Isagi wants to come clean. He wants to tell the girl the truth about what happened. And the girl believes he actually isn't a peeping Tom, which not even Isagi believes. Hana is coming and the girl is deciding to leave so he doesn't get caught. But Isagi really wants to come clean and tell her that he is a peeper.
I give you my word. We'll watch sumo soon. Way to screw everything up, mouth.
Yeah, he actually did not mean to say that. But at least the girl's happy. Isagi thinks Hana is looking for him. But that is not true. Hana just has to pee. But while Hana was peeing, a raven comes and knocks Isagi down, making him fall into the pee and getting an eye full of her, yeah, you know. This makes Hana burst into tears, and Vice President makes them all go to their cells. The boys are happy because they made Hana cry, and praise Isagi for whatever he did. The student council president goes to talk with her dad, who is the head chairman, and he says that the boys should be allowed to have the weekends off. She considers it and then leaves the room. While doing labor, the president shows up and tells them that over the weekend they'll get 3 hours of freedom. The boys are pumped to hear this and decide to try their hardest. The president goes back to tell her dad, but when she throws the book on the mouse, her dad's screen lights up and shows a bunch of, let's just say he's cultured. After seeing that, she takes away their 3 hours of freedom, which devastates the boys. Isagi thinks all hope is lost until he sees ants digging a hole, and that gives him an idea. If he can't have freedom, he'll just escape by digging his way out. The next morning, Isagi prepares to start his plan. Every time he would have to go take out the trash, he would secretly dig a hole while doing it. After he finishes, the sumo girl shines a light at him to get his attention because she wants to tell him that she's really happy that he's able to come, and this just makes Isagi more determined. During lunch, Isagi realized that Gakudo is acting weird. Isagi asks him what's up, and he says he's just fine. Even more time passes, and Gakudo pours Isagi some tea, and then he puts a paper ball on the table. Wait a second, this is the same paper ball that she threw. Yeah, he knows. The next day, Hana's back on guard duty. She's mad because Isagi saw her pee, and in return, she wants to see him pee. What? He's about to do it, but Gakudo comes right in time. After Hana leaves, Gakudo reveals that he wants to help him escape. They start talking strategy and discuss how they'll make the hole big enough to crawl through. The next day, the plan is set into motion. Isagi goes to take out the trash, but he leaves some trash on purpose. Gakudo gets beaten up because of this, and he starts lashing out at Isagi. Instead of the vice president coming up to break up their fight, it was Hana, and she knocks down the whole shed, and then blames it on the boys. Now, what happens next is, I don't even know. She makes them pick heads or tails, and then, yeah.
Well played, sir. Back at ya.
There was no way that was their actual plan, but apparently it was because it gives them more time to dig that hole. But the bad news is that Hana has to supervise. Hana is still obviously angry about the pee thing, and still wants to see him pee. He then gives him tea to get him to pee. After a while, he starts doing the pee-pee dance, but Gakudo notices this. But since Gakudo doesn't know that Hana is trying to see Isagi pee, he tells her, which is a really bad idea. Hana follows Isagi until Isagi stops and tries to make a bolt for it. Isagi makes it to the restroom just in time, but Hana, being the crazy person she is, she hurdles the stall. This dude really has to use the bathroom, but Hana is not letting him until she sees. But he really does not want her to see. Hana pins him and starts unzipping his pants, and this is basically how this scene went.
I'm raw power! Yeah? You want a raw tough guy? Then take it raw!
Yeah, he done gave her a golden shower. I gotta wrap this up. Let's skip an episode. But before I completely skip it, this guy thought Gakudo and Isagi were, in some type of relationship. Yeah, if you showed me this, I would think the same thing. Everyone's requested stuff soon arrives, and this is also a part of their escape plan. During a computer class, Gakudo explains that they will trick the vice president into thinking that Isagi is in the bathroom by recording pooping audio. Yes, they actually said this, but Gakudo can't find any audios. All hope seems lost, but Gakudo has one more trick up his sleeve. And because of this, Gakudo is a W-mans. Because he puts the headphone microphone in his butt. And then he presses record. And we all know what happens next. Y'all smell that? That's right. He pooped his own pants in class just to help his friend. Gakudo is truly a W-mans. Too bad their hole got sealed. But don't worry, because Isagi has another plan. He will dress up as a girl. And Gakudo has a plan to help him achieve this, which was to pull down the student council's president's skirt. He's in big trouble now, and what happens next is just